In this video we're going to learn how to master Capoeira Angola. We're going to start with a few simple movements you can train at home. The first movement is the wave. We are over here at the beach. You can see the waves behind us. We start with a wide stance, bent knees from one side, taking the wave to the other side, pushing through the foot. Try to sync your breathing as well. Inhale, exhale. This is a very relaxing movement, similar to Tai Chi maybe. Now go lower. The legs are working hard. And up. Let's start creating circles. Down, sideways, up, sideways, down, breathe. Enjoy the movement of your body, enjoy moving your body. Change sides. In this video series we're going to learn simple movements for Capoeira Angola. Obviously you can't learn everything in Capoeira in just a video. Through the video you can learn mostly movements. I'm not a Capoeira Angola master, but I've got to meet many Capoeira Angola masters and I learned from them. So the application of this movement together looks like this. I'm going to lead. If I'm going to go from above, she's gonna go from below. This is just a simple way to interact with your partner. If I'm gonna go low, she'll be going above. Now I want you to do it together with me as if we were training right now. So if I'm gonna go high, you're gonna go below. And if I'm gonna change sides, you should do the same. Try to keep in contact with me. So let's go. I'm gonna go low. Beautiful. Okay, now I want to teach you the most simple dodge. From the base we just trained, all we have to do is to take a step backwards, and then when a kick comes towards me, it will pass in front of me without hitting me. So let's do it together. With our knees bent, we're going to take a step backwards and create an empty space. Over here. Taking my waist to the back. So step to the back and the back to paralela. Step backwards. And back, paralela. This is the base. We're going out of the base and coming back in. We're letting the kick pass in front of us and then we can come safely back. Back to interaction. So the application of this movement is when I kick, she takes a step backwards. So now I'm going to kick and you need to take a step backwards. If I'm kicking to this side, you should be taking a step backwards to this side as well. Okay, let's go. From paralela, take a step backwards. I'm kicking, you're dodging. Go. Two more. Last one. Nice. The next movement I want to teach you is a dodge where you go to the ground. In Capoeira Angola we move a lot on the ground so we need to get familiar with the ground. So this move is called negativa. From the paralela we go diagonally to the ground, placing both hands as naturally as possible, touching the forehead to the ground, and going up diagonally, stepping with my whole foot back to the ground. Go diagonally, nice, go. If you're interested in learning more capoeira, you can get my free ebook, 10 Steps to Master Capoeira. If you're already experienced with capoeira, you can check out my Capoeira Angola course. There I teach the 30 most important techniques for Capoeira Angola. I've been training capoeira for 20 years now, and I'm a huge nerd when it comes to capoeira training methods. In the course I gathered up all of my best and most efficient training methods for Capoeira Angola. Next we're going to go from negativa, turning rolé backwards. Watch me once, I go down, I disconnect my foot to aranha and turn backwards. Let's do it together, diagonally. Forehead and up. When I go up, I detach my foot off the floor and I place it in front of me. Now I'm going to bring my hips up high and place both of my hands and foot underneath me. Let's go. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. And back up. I will show you right now a sequence that contains all of the movements we trained in the previous video. Starting with a wave, move yourself pushing through your feet, go down diagonally as naturally as possible and place both of your palms on the ground. Now to the other side, coming back with a wave and stepping backwards with the other leg now. Now again use the wave to go diagonally down. Turn backwards by detaching the feet underneath you and placing it in front of you. Keep turning backwards and place the same feet underneath you to support you so you can stand up easily. And again bring the feet that's underneath you up in the air and place it in front of you. Move your arm behind you, place it on the ground, keep your elbows bent and keep turning backward. So as I said before, in this sequence you have all of the movements we learned in the last class. So today's first movement is going to be a kick called Mialua de Frente. From paralela, we're going to draw with our foot an imaginary half circle and eventually getting the leg back to its original place in the straddle. I'm going to show you this movement 4 times, starting to this side. Try bringing your leg to waist height. You can lean a little bit backwards to counterbalance yourself. I'm going to show you sideways as well. Open your hands wide so you can use them to help you balance. Okay, now I want you to do the same without lifting your leg off the floor. We're going to draw the circle on the ground. We're actually training how to fake the kick and make your partner react by dodging. Soon enough you'll understand why is this so important. Bring your hips forwards and let your foot come last as if it was a tail. Nice, the next move is rolé, which translates to a spin. We start again with paralela, bend knees. We're going to place one hand by the other, place your whole palm on the ground so you won't get hurt, and then step 180 degrees. Keep your gaze in between your legs. That will help you with orientation. And then with your second step, complete the 360. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. Try using momentum this time. Keeping the motion circular will help you with keeping the flow. This movement is very useful to move around your partner. I'll use Reut, my friend, to demonstrate. She will just stand as a reference and I'm going to move around her, creating different angles that might get me an advantage. I can use this to attack from behind or to surprise her with a takedown. This is one of the applications for this movement. Now we're going to have another one and we're going to turn it to a kick called Mialua or Habujihaya. So we're going to start the same, placing both of your hands on the ground, stepping into 180, and this time instead of stepping to complete the 360, we're going to kick our leg up in the air and finish up in a straddle, which in Capoeira we call paralela. If you're interested in learning more Capoeira Angola with me, I've created an online course called the Capoeira Angola Library. There I will teach you the 30 most essential techniques for Capoeira Angola game as I teach it. There are also several bonuses, 10 of my favorite ladainhas, 10 berimbau variations, and 10 Capoeira Angola games of mine. So get it now, you're going to love it. Link in the description box down below. This next drill I'm going to show you is super important. Both of us are going to do the same movement as we just did, each one at his own turn, and this will create an infinite motion. The first person has to wait for his partner's leg to reach near his waist. I'm going to start first. If you get to train this drill with a partner, try to avoid bumping into each other. As you can see, Reut is having a difficulty with standing up after she kicks. This is actually the hardest part. This happens mostly because she finishes her kick a bent knee. That makes it hard for her to move her weight to her other leg so she can stand up. This drill is very important in order to flow with your partner. It's essential to know how to dodge and to the same direction as your partner led you. Capoeira is a game. By cooperating with your partner and flowing using the same movement and kicking to the same side, you're signaling to your partner that you guys are playing with each other instead of against each other. This way you can create harmony in your game. Great, now we're going to combine two movements we did today into a sequence, starting with drawing a circle on the ground, turn sideways, place both of your hands on the ground and use the same leg to kick Mialua Habujihaya. Draw a circle without crossing your feet, step backward and continue into the kick. If needed, use your palms on the ground to turn around and finish up the kick in paralela. The idea behind this movement is I'm faking as I'm going to kick to one side to make my partner dodge, and then eventually I'm kicking to his face coming from the other side, surprising him and making him turn away. Now try to make this movement as smooth as possible without any stops. In order to make your partner believe you and dodge, you have to clearly communicate with your body that you're about to kick. This goes together with the movement we did in the first class, negativa and turning back. Let me show you how. I'm going to fake as if I'm kicking Mialua de French. Then I'm going to step backwards, and when she sees I've changed my position, she's going to start and turn to the back. First you need to detach your leg and place it in front of you, and then simply keep turning to the back. When you turn, it's very important to cover your face. First using this hand, and then the other hand. Now you see what she did there? She kicked over my head instead of aiming toward my face. Only that way it will have an effect on me and will make me turn. And when I turn around, I don't want to get farther from her. That means I'll get closer to her heel. I want to get closer towards her thigh, which is less dangerous. Recap of the first and second class in two different sequences. So for the first one, you're going to go down diagonally, placing both of your palms on the ground as naturally as possible, and come back with a wave down with an exhale to the other side. Go up, inhale, step one leg to the back, bring it back to parallel and step the other leg to the back. Now use this leg to draw half of a circle in front of you. Bring it back to its place, and now use the other leg, bringing it to waist height. And that's it, that's the first sequence. The second sequence you can drill in order to go over what we've already learned in the second class is this one. Again, go down with negativa, then detach your base leg from underneath you to in front of you. Lean towards your backhand and bring your hips up high. Then keep on turning and step the base leg underneath you again. Push through your foot, and when you go down, exhale. Bring your hips back up in order to detach your foot. Inhale as you bring your hips up high. From here, kick the same kick as we did before. This time, draw a straight line to the back. Turn sideways and kick the same leg with both of your palms on the ground. Now use the other one. Kick, then place it behind you, turn sideways and kick it again. Another very important movement that we already learned is Holé. Then what we did was starting the same and using the second leg motion, but this time having the second leg completing the 360 movement up in the air as a kick. This kick is mostly called Abu Jahaya. We're going to start today's class with a diagonal step called Entrada. It looks like this. Try straightening the back leg. If you're using the left leg to step diagonally, you should use your left hand to slightly simply brush the ground. As you go down to brush the ground, straighten your right leg. Soon you will understand how we will use this movement as a fake. From here, I want you to try and kick the back leg. You can do it either with one hand or no hands on the ground. Again, if you're stepping your right leg diagonally, you're going to use your right hand and then your left leg up in the air. Try to have your leg parallel to the ground. Next, I'm going to try to do the same without touching. I hope you've been enjoying this video thus far. I'm Tom Polonsky, Contramestre Mandingueiro. This channel is all about getting you to understand and practice capoeira at your own home without any equipment, getting your daily training down to re-energize your body and mind through movement after a long day of work. Try to elongate your body. Nice. The next movement might be a little bit complicated. You start with entrada as we did before, the diagonal step, and then you're going to fake as if you're going to kick the first kick we learned called miolo de frente and finish up in a parallel position called paralela. It's important for you to start learning the different movements names, although names might be changed in different capoeira schools. First the diagonal step and finish up in paralela. In Capoeira Angola, it's very important to master the skill of faking. This will help you play Capoeira Angola's chess game by positioning yourself, getting your partner to react to your fake kicks. We're going to add a third movement, which will be actually kicking miolo de frente. The first two fake kicks are using my right leg, and eventually I'm actually going to kick with my left leg. If you're new to capoeira, meaning you've never learned capoeira or you've been training under 1 year, then you definitely must check out the most comprehensive capoeira course for beginners you can find online. If you have more than 1 year of capoeira, or maybe you want to dive into Capoeira Angola, you can find my method that will cut your learning curve and simply allow you to play Capoeira Angola at the highest level. Links are in the description box down below. Check it out now. Next, we're going to start as we did before, going down to the ground in negativa, then coming back up and placing the support foot in front of us. From here, sink a little bit with your elbows, meaning bend them, and then come back up and do the motion in reverse. Detach your front foot and place it underneath it. Now wave back up, pushing through your base leg straight into the other side. Now exhale when you go down, inhale when you detach your leg, exhale when you place it again in front of you, and inhale as you go up. Once again, but without any stops this time. Now I'm going trying to explain how this goes together with the sequence we did before, faking 2 kicks and eventually kicking Neo de French. When one fakes as if he's going to kick meia lua, it makes the other to go down. Then he fakes as if he's going to kick towards the face. And so I start turning away. Then if I'm gonna keep turning away, I'm going to run into his... I'll get his foot in my face. That's why I need to turn back in reverse. The next movement we're going to learn is a kick called chapa, starting in a table bridge, kicking in a pushing motion up high, together with lifting your hips. Then bring your leg down sideways and create a hook. Flex your leg and sweep the floor sideways. Then bring it back and kick the other leg. Exhale as you kick and inhale as you bring your leg down. When I started capoeira, I had no talent and not much of physical abilities. I believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. I believe in you. If you're watching this video, I want to encourage you to do it. Actually get up and train. Even if it's only this movement you're watching right now. And for the last time, I want you to go up using rolé. It looks like this, from paralela with bent knees. Place both of your palms on the ground. As you move, keep looking in between your legs, completing a 360. So this move is made out of 2 steps, brushing your foot on the floor in 180 degrees each time, a half turn. Now this move is going to change to a kick. Use your second leg to kick up in the air. This kick is called Rabu de Raia or Meia Lua de Compasso. First the hands, then first step with your leg, and then kick the second leg. Hey, if we can do it, you can do it too. I believe in you. One more time. Nice. Okay, now I want to teach you how to cross your legs. So from here, starting the same. Then we're going to finish with our legs crossed. Bend our knees so we can release our other leg to kick to the other side, finishing up in paralela. Okay, let's go to that side. First placing your palms on the ground, then stepping, kicking a long kick, and just before you're about to touch the ground, bring it back next to your base leg in a crossing position, bend your knees and release the other leg to kick back to paralela. If needed, feel free to use your hands to help you rotate. Beautiful. Now the next movement is going to start with negativa, bringing the straight leg to the other side. This movement is called Viu o Jogo. Then add Rabu de Raia. Now we're going to train to the other side, which will eventually you can add them together into an infinite movement. Starting with negativa, bringing your palms to the ground, then getting your straight leg to the other side, Viu o Jogo, bring your hips up high, step over, kick and finish up in paralela. Then go directly to the other side with negativa again, Viu o Jogo, hips up high, step over and kick. Okay, now we're going to add the cross at the end of this movement, just like we did before. So we're going for negativa, Viu o Jogo, step over, kick, bring the leg back near your base leg, bend your knees and kick the other leg back to paralela. Try to get into the flow, keeping your body relaxed by synchronizing your breath together with the movement. When you go down to negativa, exhale. When you bring your hips up high, inhale, and simply stay aware to your breathing. It's not that important in what movement you're inhaling or exhaling. It's more about developing the awareness to keep on breathing calmly as you move. If this is your first video you're watching from my channel, Capoeira Life Show, I'm going to kick first and he needs to wait until my leg is about to touch him. Only then he goes to negativa. He's going to wait for when I cross my legs And when I start kicking the other leg, he's going to bring his straight leg to the other side using viu o jogo to dodge my second kick. From here he's going to kick, and I'm going to do what he just did. Have you been looking for a fun and interesting way to train your body and soothe your mind after a long day of working? You've probably tried many different trainings and sports, but none of them seem to stick. Capoeira is the ultimate solution, and you can train from your own home. Beautiful, now we're going to learn another way to exit the negativa. So we're going to start the same way, going down diagonally, then viu o jogo as we just did. Now this time, instead of stepping forward, we're going to deflate and switch legs at the same time, turning backwards, stepping our foot underneath our chest to help us get back up. Okay, let's go. Go down, exhale, then bring your straight leg to the other side, hips high, inhale, deflate, exhale, switch your legs, turn and step your foot underneath your chest and inhale as you go back up. Nice. Now this movement is used when you're attacked by cabeçada. Cabeçada is a headbutt, which we will add to the two mialuas we did earlier. So as we did before, we're starting the same, but this time we're not going to finish the second kick. We're going to bring it to the back and then come forward with our head. Soon I'm going to show you how this works together with a partner. So start by going to the ground diagonally in the most natural manner possible, placing both of your palms in the ground. You're using the farthest leg from your hands to step in 180 degrees, then kick the leg which didn't move and bring it back in a cross next to your base leg. Then bend your knees, release the base leg into a kick, but just before you start turning to finish up the kick, bring your leg in reverse to the back and place your palm next to your front feet. Have your other hand covering your chin and attack with the top of your head to the front, towards me. Faking in Capoeira Angola is so important. In the previous videos we learned how to fake mialô de French and how to fake abu de raia. This time it's a little bit different because we are kicking the leg off the ground. Usually when we fake, we don't even let the leg leave the ground. Now if you put these two together, it's going to look like this. Now you see what happened there? He turned away too soon. The capoeira game is all about action and reaction. It's very important to learn how to move your partner with your own movements and how to be led by the partner. Imagine as if he wants to come step over then kick me a lua, but I'm going to interrupt him and surprise him with the headbutt, not letting him step over and pushing him backwards instead. Let's switch parts. Now he's going to kick. Capoeira is all about communication. It's like a language which you talk with your body movements. Sometimes you have to wait or slow down your pace in order to make room for your other partner to speak, just like in a conversation. One last sequence I want to teach you today, starting with mialua and then kicking up to a cartwheel. So we're going to start as we did before, kicking mialua. Then instead of bringing the leg back to the crossing position, we're going to kick it up and land over to the other side of our hands. You can see here that I'm not fully extending my legs. This cartwheel is called au fechado. It's a cartwheel where you bring your knees closer to your torso, to your upper body, in order to protect it from any kind of attack. For example, cabeçada, which we did before, the headbutt, is often used to push your partner to trip over to his feet. Let's go. Breathe in, breathe out, exhale as you jump into the cartwheel. Nice. In previous video, me and Raul demonstrated the sequence where we started near the camera and we got all over to the other side, using only rolê, using only abu de raia, mialua de compasso. It looks like this. She waits for my kick to come near her waist, then she moves down and she does the same as I just did. This move can continue endlessly. The main idea is, as we talked before, action and reaction, moving only when the partner moves you as a reaction to his kick, not going to the ground too early. So this will be our base with the sequence I want to show you today, in which we will be using the cartwheel we just trained. So I'm going to kick first. Then Reuta is going to do the same, and when her kick comes, I'm going to pass my hands over her kick to the other side and kick up into a fechado. This video is the content I give for free. Other than that, I created an online course, the Capoeira Angola library. There I teach the 30 most essential technique for Capoeira Angola. Starting with 10 waves from side to side, synchronize your breathing together with the movement. 3, 2, 1, go down to negativa. Let's go 6 negativas from side to side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and next, take a step backwards, dodge from the incoming imaginary kick. Back to paralela, step back. Paralela is the base, stepping outwards to ginga. Again, paralela, back, front. Now kick melody French. 6, 5, 4. Go down and then come back up with a kick. Balancing is the hardest part in this drill, so try using your hands. Now go down again to negativa and detach your leg, put it in front of you, bring your hips up high and step backwards. Detach your leg and spin to the back. 4 more times. This is 4. Keep on breathing. 3. We're trying to create an infinite type of movement. Although we're changing drills, we don't stop our motion. This is going to get us into the flow zone, into the flow state, together with the breathing. Now, fake as you kick melody French, then take a step backwards and kick the same leg, minha lua de compasso. So the fake is without leaving the ground, then take your leg to the back and use the same leg to kick. 1 fake, 1 kick, using the same leg, faking towards one side, eventually kicking towards the other side. It's important your foot won't leave the ground. Keep on breathing. When you go down, exhale. When you come back up, inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next, we're going to train Hole, 360 spin, placing both of our palms on the ground, completing 180 each step. We're training 6 repetitions. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Our next drill is going to be negativa, bringing the straight leg to the other side, bringing our hips up high, then switching legs and completing the turn, stepping underneath your chest. Go for negativa, bring your straight leg to the other side, move your hand, then bring your hip up and down, switch legs, turn around. Negativa. This movement is called Viu Jogo, bringing the leg, switching the leg to the other side. then switching the legs again and turning backwards. 6 repetitions again, as we did before. All of our movements today are going to be trained for 6 times, and we're going to try to do all of the exercises we've learned so far in this video. This is the last part, so we're going to push it to move continuously. Nice. Okay, so our next move is starting rolê and then kicking the second leg. This movement is called mialô de compasso or rabo de raia. After you finish, move your weight to the other leg. You can slightly touch the ground and then come back, step and kick. First your palms on the ground, then step. This is a very fundamental movement in Capoeira Angola. Great, now move your hips, hip circles. Switch sides. Okay, next we're going to start rolê, minha lua, cross our legs and then kick the other leg. So I'm starting with both of my palms on the ground, stepping my left leg, kicking my right, stepping the right in cross and then keep kicking the left and finishing up in a straddle called paralela. Minha lua, cross, minha lua. Use your hands to move around. When crossing the legs, keep your knees bent. If you'd like, you can insert this cross step when standing back up. It's not mandatory. It helps keep the movement continuous. This might not feel very comfortable crossing your legs and releasing the other kick. I understand it takes practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now shake your arms, move your shoulders, shake your legs as well. Bring one hand up towards the ceiling or the sky and the other hand towards the ground, stretching sideways. Now we're going to train negativa, detaching our leg and coming backwards in reverse. This is the first negativa sequence I've taught you in the first video in this series. This is three more times. Go down, bend your knees, bend your elbows as well. Try to stay supple, like a spring. Stay light on your feet and hands. Last one. Nice, now cross your fingers. And move your wrists together with me. Bend down. come back up one vertebrae at a time. Now fake minha lua, then fake melody French, and then kick the real melody French. So it's 2 fakes, and then comes the kick. You fake twice with the same leg, 2 different kicks, bringing you into a straddle. Then use your other leg to actually kick. The kick should be about waist height, no needing more than that. This kicking sequence goes together with the negativa sequence we did before. Two more times. Next we're going to start minha lua from rolê. Then we're going to cross, fake the second kick. And then finally attack with cabeçada. So it's a kick, a fake, coming in back in reverse, and then attacking with cabeçada. You can come back up with a spin if you like. So first you attack with mielo de compasso, then you fake with another mielo de compasso, and thirdly you attack with cabeçada. Keep on breathing. Go. Now twist from side to side to loosen your back. I'm going to move the camera now to the back so we have a little bit more space, and we're going to train AU fechado that comes right after the Abu Jahaya. So starting with rolê, then stepping the first step normally, then kicking Abu Jahaya, crossing and jumping back into a cartwheel where you bring your legs close to your body. If you need, you can replace your hands, so executing the cartwheel will be more comfortable. Next, we're going to try mielo de compasso with one hand or with no hands at all. Try to elongate your body as much as possible, starting to the left. This is 1. 2. If you're getting dizzy, just stop for a moment and take a deep breath. 3. Inhale. When kicking, exhale. 4. 5. 6. Now we're going to start from down below, kicking up, then using rasteira and turning in rolê. Go one hand, then the other, kick your leg up high, and then sweep to the side and turn back to standing. Right, left, 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 rolê to the left. Inhale, when going down, exhale, kick up. If you've trained throughout all of this video, I would really like to know, so leave me a comment down below. Next, tap or click on the screen. I want you to decide which of the next 3 games in this secret capoeira competition was your favorite.